OR-4. Among wolf watchers and biologists, the name inspires awe and admiration.
OR-4, for instance, was tracked making a 60-mile round trip to get food for his puppies. And every time you look at this data, you realize how impressive he was.
Among ranchers and cattle owners, the name is synonymous with death and depredation.
In 2011, September 22nd of 2011, it was actually my calf. It was a 600-pound calf of mine that was killed by OR-4.
This is the first known video of OR-4, taken in the Zumwalt Prairie in eastern Oregon in 2009.
So Mary thinks she spotted a black wolf. And I sure can't see what else it could be.
Wildlife biologists believe OR-4 and his original pack, descendants of the wolves from Yellowstone National Park, were among the first wolves to cross the Snake River and scale enormous mountains to reach Wallowa County in eastern Oregon.
We caught that wolf 5 different times.
When Russ Morgan took the job as the wolf coordinator for ODFW's eastern region 10 years ago, he didn't realize his work and OR-4's life would become so intertwined.
My tenure as a wolf program leader here has been one way or another involved with that particular wolf.
Part of Morgan's work with wolves involves the investigation of livestock depredation.
When they started having depredation issues, this goes clear back to 2010, he just became a little bit notorious, I think, just because of that fact alone. So a lot of what we know about wolves in Oregon really came from having so much data on that particular wolf.
Wally Sykes, a self-described wolf advocate in Joseph, captured OR-4's distinctive howl during one encounter.
That was OR-4 sounding off because, again, we had come too close to an area that he was sensitive about.
Sykes says OR-4 spent most of his life cheating death. In 2011, state officials ordered a lethal action against the wolf until a lawsuit brought by Oregon conservation groups stopped the execution.
When the judge issued an injunction forbidding that lethal action, the hunter was hot on OR-4's tail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was only hours away from being shot.
You hear that story and it adds to OR-4's almost folklore. You know, he skirted death a couple times.
He's a romantic, folkloric wolf. He should get the Wolf Medal of Honor.
Todd Nash has seen the death that wolves can deliver firsthand on his ranch in Enterprise.
With the Imnaha pack and OR-4's bunch in particular, we had 42 confirmed kills before OR-4 was taken.
Nash leads one of the largest cattle operations in eastern Oregon, managing more than 700 head of cattle.
Wolves that are depredators of livestock just continue to be depredators of livestock.
So if they're repeat offenders, it's the Cattlemen's Association's view that then lethal measure should be used to remove that wolf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Under the current wolf management plan in Oregon, a lethal action request can be made after a wolf is confirmed to be involved in at least 2 kills. Wildlife officials determined OR-4 and his pack were responsible for the deaths of 4 calves and a sheep.
In this particular case, we believed, and I think it was the right decision without question, that we were not going to stop this problem without removing these wolves. It was sad. I hate it. As long as OR-4 was alive, I was always worried about him.
7 years after this video was first taken, back in the Zumwalt Prairie, where eastern Oregon residents first laid eyes on him, OR-4, his mate, and their 2 pups were shot and killed from a helicopter.
It would have been better if he'd been shot by a single hunter, you know, a quick shot to the heart, rather than being chased with a helicopter along with his other pack members, his 2 kids and his mate. That's a sad scene to
to hold in your head?
I never held any ill will against the wolf. He was just a wolf trying to make a living out there, and there was a part of me that was just hoping he'd die of old age and go away. When I talked to the ranchers that were being affected there at the last, they were so relieved when that day took place, and that little pack of 4 was no longer there.